The other thing that the 21st century man really loved was COVID. Bear with me here. For sure, it was rough and lots of people died, but the non touching, keep your distance, and leave me alone attitude was so refreshing. We should reinstitute that every decade or so without the dying part. So, as I said, I'm confused. I don't know if I'm permitted to say thank you, sir, or ma'am anymore because people are no longer identifying with these words, and some find them insulting or even hurtful. Now, I admit that I said thank you, ma'am, to the rude long haired clerk in the store the other day when it was clear, at least to me, that he was a male, but you never know. I'll get back to the sensitivity of this internet society in a few moments. Well, what's dating like for people these days when you're never 100% sure what's behind door number one? That's got to be confusing and also scary. A long time ago, in 1970, the Kinks wrote a song called Lola, where the singer falls for what he thought was a woman, but was really a man, and that was supposed to be a funny song, not a blueprint for society. But I don't want to be critical. I'm a 21st century man, and while I don't understand very much about these things, I have to respect how people self-identify without making them uncomfortable. The last part of the 20th century struggled against accepting gay rights and gay marriage and made life for the gay community largely unbearable. But now it has changed. Think about this. Imagine this. Imagine one of the airlines announcing pre-boarding of the plane for elderly, special needs, and gays. The same guys that were prepared to punch you in the face for calling them gay back in the 1990s would jump to the front of the line and have everyone identify them as gay just so they could get a better place for their carry-on bag in the overhead. That's a huge change from people who were vocal and adamantly against having gays in the military because the thought of a gay man showering near them caused them emotional meltdowns. What's interesting is the rest of the people would probably hear the announcement, do a double take, and say to themselves, you know what, that's fair. Many people agree that we don't want to have people living in the closet and going through life uncomfortable. We prefer an inclusive society where everyone can be what they want to be. In Jerusalem, there's a phenomenon called Jerusalem syndrome, whereby people who arrive in the Holy Land are so overcome by the history and spirituality of the place that they take on the identities of biblical characters. You can walk around Jerusalem and meet Moses, Abraham, and Joshua.
Go to the Holy Land for a vacation. Feel the ancient history of the Jewish nation. When you least expect it might knock you off base. Won't recognize yourself, your spirit's been replaced. Jerusalem syndrome. Say shalom. Your brain is on a new program. Suddenly you think you're Abraham. Say shalom. It's a crazy thing no one can explain. It starts to happen after you deplane. That guy eating falafel, I know who he is. Didn't he lead the Israelites? I think it's Moses. Jerusalem syndrome. Say shalom. Your brain is on a new program. Suddenly you think you're Abraham. Say shalom. If you wonder if such a place exists in America's land, go to Hollywood Boulevard and meet Spider-Man. Jerusalem syndrome. Say shalom. Your brain is on a new program. Suddenly you think you're Abraham. Say shalom. syndrome. Say shalom. Your brain is on a new program. Suddenly you think you're Abraham. Say shalom.
It makes me wonder if there's a street somewhere in Canada where people are walking around convinced they're Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky. Canada syndrome, where people hobble around on the streets with their skates on. Tourists would flock there only to be hospitalized after having your shirt lifted over your head and pummeled ruthlessly on the sidewalk by someone who's convinced he's Tiger Williams. I shrug at the sensitivity of people. It seems everyone is insulted about anything under the sun. You can post that you use toothpaste as underarm deodorant and it could break the internet. People might threaten you. People might call you names, tell you you're sick in the head. But somewhere there'll be one person on this planet who writes you a comment to ask you if you find that Colgate works better than Crest because he's actually using toothpaste as deodorant. But wait, we're not done. This will trigger a run of comments on people who tell you what else they're using toothpaste for, and it will be sexually perverse to the point of you wondering why you are sharing the world with such deviants and how to correct this without launching the next COVID. A 21st century man, while confused, also has to be very flexible to new ideas and technologies, and also pretend to understand ever-changing realities in a politically correct world.
Went to the market, all eyes vying to inspect everything I did that was politically incorrect. Man with long hair yelled at me and I got panic-stricken. Said I'm pro-war because I took frozen General Tso's chicken. Went to the cheese counter, was the worker him or her? Thought I was PC when I said, can you help me, ma'am or sir? Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Picked up a dozen white eggs, then I put them down. Don't want to offend, replace 6 of them with brown. Confused about what to eat without someone's damnation. Can I have Lucky Charms or is that cultural appropriation? Looked around, saw no kids, now I have to rush. Dash to the cashier, cause I was buying peanuts. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. They keep changing the rules. Tough to know what is cool. One day a word is on the safe list. Next day you get called a racist. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. Last time I checked, you'd better be politically correct. You'd better be politically correct.
As a male, It is vital to say you believe in equal pay for women, even when deep down that's the last thing you want. You're against white privilege, but love that you have it and wouldn't trade it for anything. You commiserate with the black population and are sick to the stomach when you see police brutality against them, but love the fact that if a policeman pulls you over, you can answer him in a jocular, friendly fashion. We're going to explore more of 21st century man is. There's a lot to discuss.
21st century, 21st century, 21st century man. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century man. 21st century, 21st century, 21st century man.
Oh, excuse me.